Well, good morning, Southeast Arkansas. It's another brisk morning here in Southeast Arkansas. I've been up bright and early since before the crack of dawn. Kind of a little historical note. For close to 40 years now, I've been getting up out of bed. I usually get up between 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. And that was way back then. Now, I'm up at 4 o'clock almost every morning. Sometimes I'll wander out of bed earlier than that. And I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and I'm ready to face the day. And I can find that I can be very productive, so I get my daily verse delivered in my news feed. That becomes our verse of the day and morphs into our just a thought for the day, and finally it becomes our daily devotion. So I can really get things done in the morning. I can get all my Bible studies and my teachings, videos, writings, and so forth all done in the space of just a few hours. There was a day when I could keep myself awake at night till 10 or 11 at night and still get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, I can't do that anymore. About 7 o'clock at night, I turn into a pumpkin. So I'm almost non-productive once it hits about 6:30 in the evening. So I do my best work in the morning, and the Lord does his best work through me in the morning. So we are picking back up with our daily devotion, and this morning's devotion is entitled Be a Light. And it's from John chapter 8, verse 12. Again, Jesus spoke to them, saying, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. You know, there's some people that can just speak or write in such a way that people go, oh yeah, I get that. You know, they can pull together some illustrations, gather some data and information from a whole lot of different places, and tie it all together in a nice little package, put a bow on it, and give it to us. The rest of us can walk away understanding exactly what that person wanted us to understand. And Jesus, while he sometimes said things that could not be understood by the spiritually lost, he was also very clear sometimes. He used tools that would make his listeners go, oh yeah, I get that. In this case, Jesus was quite clear. You know, light was a big deal in that day for the simple fact that the natural world was dark at night. And there was only rudimentary lights such as candles or flames or torches that were available. You had to do a lot more than just flip on a light switch back then. You know, light was good and safe. Nighttime was cold and possibly dangerous. Artificial light such as candles was important in Jewish celebrations. God led the Israelites in the desert by night by a pillar of fire. God himself is light, as we see in 1 John 1:5. So those listening to Jesus speak here knew what these words meant. They would not have liked the message, and we'll explain that in a minute, but they got it. Because the reason they wouldn't like that is this is yet another claim to deity by Jesus. This is another claim by Jesus that he was God in the flesh. And Jesus, as God, has the power to change people. And that's where today's devotional is really going. You know, Jesus claimed to be the light of the world. Guess what? Jesus also taught that we're to be the light of the world, and that's in Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 through 16. Now, what we have to understand is that none of us have our own light. If Jesus has not saved us and doesn't live in us, then we live in darkness. We don't have our own light. But if we're saved children of God, the Father, by the work of Jesus the Son, then we can reflect his light to the world around us. And friends, that's what Jesus commanded us to do. And he did that in Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. In the same way, let your light shine before others so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. So we ask today, what's emanating from you? Is it your natural darkness, or are you reflecting the light of Jesus to a lost and dying world? Have a blessed day in the Lord, my friends.